It is 100% cruel, 100%. But for me, being shunned by Jehovah's Witnesses wasn't even the part that made me mad, because I was actually willing to go back. I was willing to sit through the meetings. I was willing to be ignored, do whatever I needed to do to be accepted again, because I really believed it. It was all I knew. I was from birth. That was my religion. That's the only thing I knew, the teachings, everything, and I tried my best to follow it. But what changed everything for me was something that happened a week later, a week after they announced to the congregation that I am no longer a Jehovah's Witness, which was a signal for the congregation and the members to no longer interact with me. So a week later, the elders came back to speak to me, and they told me that they shouldn't have let me go. They shouldn't have disfellowshipped me, that it was a mistake because they had spoken to the circuit overseer, who pretty much just oversees a lot of different congregations in a certain area. So they said it was a mistake because I had wrote them a letter. I wrote the circuit overseer a letter. It wasn't a letter to say, hey, you guys shouldn't have disfellowshipped me. It was more like an explanation letter, like, okay, if this is what you think needs to be done, then okay, but let me just state my case again, because what I spoke to you guys about in person didn't seem to register. So I felt they made the wrong decision. So now for them to come back to me and say, hey, you know what, this was a mistake. We shouldn't have made that announcement last week, but this is unprecedented. So instead of fixing it, what they did was they pretty much said, well, it's unheard of that a week later we reinstate somebody. So just keep coming to the meetings, and in a few months, we'll reinstate you. They're telling me to continue being shunned. Continue showing up where no one can talk to you, where they still think you're disfellowshipped, that you abandon Jehovah, that you don't love Jehovah. Continue coming. We made this mistake, yes, but we can't announce right now, a week later, that you're back in, So just 3 more months. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll let you back in officially. We'll announce it to the congregation. So that was the moment something clicked. Not anger, just clarity. Because if this was really coming from God, if these men were inspired by God to make these kind of decisions, how could it be a mistake? How could something so serious be decided and then second guessed? That's when I realized that these men, they're imperfect. Just like the people in the congregation that they're overseeing, everybody was imperfect. Nobody's inspired by God. I had this realization, right? Because my whole life, this is what I'm taught, that if these elders are inspired, their decisions are backed by God, right? They have that power. That moment changed everything for me. I walked out, I left, and I've never looked back.